Hello, folks of YouTube. I'm Essel. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All, Episode 4. Farewell, my turnabout. We're here in the promised land of 2-4. I'm so excited to do this trial. This is maybe the tensest it's been in the series. Like, we've got everything. All the stakes are insanely high. I mean, 1-4 also super tense as well. Maybe that's probably tenser, but I think things are going to get worse before they get better here. So that's my guess right now. My guess is this is not the only trial day. Adrian did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there'll be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there's someone out there who is trying very hard to pin the whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Well, it's almost time. Oh, hello, Mia. Mia, must get a complete acquittal today. I know. But I can't focus on my situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus more on this case by the end of the day. Indeed. All is supposed to be going. Oh god, it's him. This is right. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you should really be concentrating on is winning today's trial. Grr. For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world do you want to give me? You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win today's contest, if you please. Wait. Kidnapper sent me a present? Mr. Lawyer Dude, who was that? No one. It's nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose just get longer? Well, no. March 22nd, 10 a.m. Here we go. Judgment Day. There is no Francisca von Karma in the audience. Did he kill her? Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ongard. The prosecution and defense ready. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor, please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... What? I was joking about it. There's actually no way. This morning, Ms. Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman? There's no way. I would actually be sad if she died. For sure. What? Shots? Somehow, I think this is the present the man was talking about. His present? Ms. Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. This is totally insane. Ms. Von Karma, is she alright? I don't have that answer. She's alive. Oh, thank God. And in stable condition. That's good. Phew. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Francisca Von Karma can no longer appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. Prosecution is ready. Naturally. Let's go! What was the name of this song again? Is it like Return of something? How could I forgotten already? I know it was Hotline of Fate was the really good one in the hotel. I forgot the name of the Great Revival, thank you. It was RE something. Ace Attorney RE, the sequel to Ace Attorney. Great Revival, here we go. Yes! Oh, Edgy Boy is back, I'm so happy. in his natural habitat. Of course she was shot in her right shoulder. That's actually really funny. Is that why she had the gripping animation for all of these, the whole game? Is that why? I now am in charge of this case, and I suddenly find I still could literally not care more. Exactly. Ms. Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I've looked this case over and I'm familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to improve the guilt of Mr. Matt on guard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Ace Attorney RE. Oh, Resident Evil, so true. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. Yes! By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution had to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. It's like pottery, it rhymes. You're so right. You're so right. All good pottery rhymes. Witness your name and occupation. My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. Detective down at the precinct. For now. For now? After trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe. The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Edgeworth, come on, man. Oh, Ace Attorney RE Chain of Memories. Yeah, that's true. Ace Attorney 367 over 4, however many days it is. That one, yeah. Okay, yeah. This is V2 Edgeworth. He's the same guy, but now with heart. Lifts your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Now, let's have your testimony. Want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. You ready, Phoenix? You want a very rough fight. Yeah, I'm happy with Edgeworth as my opponent. It just occurred to me, by the way, as I'm getting tense about this fight, this music sounds like the build-up to, like, a penultimate boss fight in a game. Like, the long build-up to fighting your rival is what this sounds like. Like, if this played before the champion in Pokemon, before the fight itself, I'd buy it. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. 2-4 is completely insane. True. Totally agree. Bare facts of the case. Here we go. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. Victory rubbed I think for sure, for sure. After looking at the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. Probably to lose to you. Yeah, exactly. However, we later found out the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. Question? Citation needed is what I'm looking for. Wikipedia citation needed, please. Yeah, right. Well, maybe the judge should have been Yoda this whole time. No, that's too much effort. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone to their room, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Here we go. Get your pressing finger ready. Yes, exactly. Edgeworth's theme is so triumphant here because he, you know, he's a returning hero. You know, he's come back. He's better than ever. V2. Hold it. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony? Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 p.m. ended around 8 p.m. and then there was a short break. A special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later. And that's when the victim's body was found, correct? Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period. Please continue with your testimony, detective. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct? Building the case? Yeah. Who is this Adrian Andrews you're talking about? She's the defendant, Matt Onguard's manager. She's a really pretty lady, so... Oh, so she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she'll grace us with her presence. Judge, you're the judge? Hello? Hello? Yeah, finally, yeah, I love, you know, it's a fairly classic trope, but like, it's such a satisfying thing to see the rival leave lost in thought and then come back with, you know, filled with purpose and information. And like, it's a pretty cool one too. A lot of the times when the rival leaves feeling fairly defeated, they go dive into darkness, and you know, they plunge themselves into vengeance and come back and are like, oh, I'm so edgy now, and then you pluck them from the edginess back into the light. This is a very fun version. This is a super fun version. Instead of that, we have he leaves, finds himself, and comes back super confident and collected. Really cool. Oh, Corey does the run of the bulls, and Matt ongrades a fencing pun. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, reasonable bravado, great way to put it. After visiting his room, she went next to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir. I see. That's what she found the victim's body. Yes, the revival plays into the death of Edgeworth, too. I also love the idea of Edgeworth dying. Edgeworth, the prosecutor, dying. But not Miles Edgeworth, the guy. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. The cause of death wasn't it because Mr. Corda was stabbed in the chest? Oh god. Only a careless amateur would blew something so harmless as that, pal. Or brainless as that, pal. What? Take a good hard look at the crime photo. The face of a brain-filled professional, thank you very much. I'm no amateur. Now, real pro's attention be drawn here to this bandana. Banana. His bandana, sir. This thing wrapped around his neck, sir. Oh, yes, I see. The banana-scented bandana. Then what about the knife? It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. Huh. We have a crafty murderer on our hands here. Okay. Ah. I'm very smart. I didn't, I noticed that. Mia, help me out here. And why'd you think that? Because it was empty, pal. The jam and Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. We couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? Yeah, we thought of that too, but... The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims, huh? But did he not have his guitar at the ceremony beforehand? I see. So much for my theory, then. Okay. However, we later found out the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. I am smart. I have many brain cells. Really, honestly, the problem is that the machinations going on up here are so advanced, so nine-dimensional. I couldn't possibly be bothered to think step by step like the game wants me to think. It was, you know, I'm thinking so far ahead. I'm thinking of you know, the gears turning in the universe, and something small like not understanding that the photo was misleading is just, it's below my level of interest right now. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, that's why I didn't notice it. It's not because I was unobservant and rushed and didn't notice it. It's because of the machinations. Yeah, absolutely. Before the information, I knew who it was. It's very obvious. Don't you guys know who the answer is? I think it's very obvious. The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Boom. Well then, where was it? True. The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Corrida, apparently was taking the case with him, sir. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. The guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel. Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all. That's, I doubt. Doubt. Push X to doubt. Take a smarter man than me to connect this. Shoutouts to LA Noir. I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Yes, correct, yeah. That sounds right, Ozzy. The killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why, then, did the police arrest Matt Ongod? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter. Yes, sir. Why arrest Ongod? Edgeworth's painting a picture here. I'm on Edgeworth's side, honestly. Matt seems sus. Matt Ongod and one corridor were huge rivals with each other. Each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, that the Jammin' Ninja's button was ripped off the ninja costume was found in Mr. Ongod's Akama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. No, it was from the hotel. Hello? So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir. Interesting. And there's this button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? Is this button also covered in blood? Yeah, and we know the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What? All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give you the ad right. Huh. I'll find the hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. Ugh. Dress funny. Matt Ongod and Juan Corridor were huge rivals with each other. Boom, press. But in terms of popularity, Mr. Ongod won, did he not? Yeah, but you know what's ironic, pal? Juan Corridor was always one step behind Mr. Ongod in everything. This year it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown. But Mr. Corridor lost the Grand Prix in the end. And that is too bad. Must have been pretty downhearted after losing. Sorry, the machinations are happening right now. Hold on. Suicide framed to look like a murder? Just throwing it out there. They thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. The two were always big rivals. Objection. My client was far cooler than this dead guy. Mr. Ongod was beating Mr. Corridor in the popularity polls. Well, yeah, I guess, but... Which means in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means he had no motive to kill at all. I quite agree. Well, detective? It's not, well... I guess you put it that way, the defendant would have had no motive. Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. That's... I look forward to your pension negotiation. Brutal! No! No, detective, let's continue the testimony. Not my poor pension, too. Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed. Yes, sir. We're gonna talk about my pension later, sir. What about what I was saying? Hello? Anyone? Edgy boy. As for evidence, that the Jammin' Ninja's button. Do you have any proof that that's not? Why would I ask that? Do you have any proof that the button belonged to the victim? What do you mean, pal? Oh, let me put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off the Jammin' Ninja's costume. Huh? But can't you just tell by looking at it? And the victim's blood is on it. And you could have smeared that blood on there afterward. Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir. Alright. I knew it'd be this piece of evidence, not to reel this one in. Thread. The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. I know! Who cares about the murder? I want to hear about Gumshoe's salary. I care about Gumshoe. And that thread snapped and the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread to the costume with the thread and the button, it's a perfect match. Yeah, that's it. The perfect match, pal. Ugh. That's worth 40. Never misses a beat. Okay. Was ripped off the ninja costume and found in Mr. On-Guard's Hakama. Okay. Can't you just tell by looking at it? Yeah. If Gumshoe was supposed to be like Columbo, man, how far has he fallen? When was this button found? Pretty soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Kuroda. Then we did a search on them all, so we found the button. So it was almost immediately after the murder. The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks unlike some people. Hey, what are you trying to say about me here? Just one more thing. Give me a few minutes to think about it, though. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. Okay. How were the fingerprints arranged on the knife? Eh? What do you mean, pal? By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhands? Oh, perfect, Ozzy. Yes, he has one Columbo brain cell. Yes. Oh, was that what you meant? Well, we didn't actually think of that. I can't believe the bumbling of this department. Hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony, right? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There is no way to determine how the knife was held at the time of the murder. Dick Columshoe, yes. So the defendant is the defendant the owner of this knife then? The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. Did he? There is no way this was a premeditated murder, even if he bought the knife. Sorry, pal, this isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. Ugh, this is not good. Prosecution can prove this is premeditated. We're done for. Phoenix, yes. Something very interesting about what the detective said just now. Think carefully before it's too late. A button covered in the victim's blood. The knife with On-Guard's fingerprints. Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing. Just don't want to roll the trouble. Well, before any battle, you must find an enemy's weakness. Let's find the weakness testimony, no matter how small it be, okay, Phoenix? Oh dear, okay. So, I'm confused. Why are we saying he bought the knife? You know what I mean? Like, it's clearly from the hotel. People eat with these at the hotel. You just have these when you get room service. I don't understand. I could just present this. Also, if he was strangled and then stabbed to make it look good, what's up with the button? Why the button? Exactly, exactly. He bought a knife at some point prior, so clearly the knife was for murder. Knives are famously only for murder. It's in here somewhere. I'm just not sure what exactly they want right now. It says Gatewater. How do we know he bought it? I kinda wanna just throw the knife at him and be like, yo, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, thank you. It's in here somewhere. Yeah. Look, I was highlighting 3 specific items, okay? Don't take that one out of context. Yo, we haven't added a quote to the quote book in a long time. Oh, the tomato juice. The tomato juice did it. I actually remember how to do quotes. Hold on, just take like 2 seconds. What's it called? What's the thing I'm thinking of called? Yeah, no, number 23 is correct still. That one's right. Name an example that is not like that. Well, Ace Attorney, I guess. Well, like, aside from Ace Attorney, name a game that does not have a cosmic entity or an existential banana. I didn't think so. Okay, so things I want to complain about. How do we know he bought it? That may be reading too hard into it. Why was the button cut off? Why was the button cut off? I don't understand that. If it was a stabbing to cover up the strangulation, why? What? Why take the button off? It was torn off? It was ripped from his costume? Why didn't, like, what are you talking about? If it was ripped during the struggle, there shouldn't be blood on it because he hadn't been stabbed yet. And if it was after, why take it off? You know what I mean? I think this is falling. This is a. Oh, ain't a banana, it's a lefty base element. Yes, so true. Yes, this one bugs me. But we have no dialogue about the button yet, I don't think. I kind of want to do this. I kind of want to present the autopsy report or the knife to this and be like, "Yo, what are you talking about?" Yeah, Hakama in quotes is funny. That's like even more aggressive than italics. I think this makes sense. I think it makes sense. I'm pretty sure. Let's take a save. And the samurai used his katana. Quoted italics. So true. Just taking random saves now. Who cares? Who cares about any of this? Okay. So we got that. So true. Quoted, bolded, underlined, and italicized. There's also this. Bought the knife for the crime. But why was he strangled? What's the point? I kind of want to just throw the autopsy report at him, but we're going to lose 2 life if we screw up, which I don't want to do. We can afford to lose 2 life a couple times right now, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it too much. If we lose 2 life twice, we're in range of a psyche lock refill, so that's nice. In the interest of moving forward, I don't understand. Let's hit him with. Why was he strangled then? You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Okay. Okay. We'll throw the knife at him, too. Hey, that's so dumb. I hate when that happens. It's always so frustrating when they're talking about evidence and you present the evidence to them and it's like, hold on. What? L. Yeah, that's an L. I mean, I was clearly on the right track. No, I will throw knives as evidence in court if I want to. It's evidence. It's okay. So the basic argument this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand. That's right, pal. The defendant did not buy... That's what I said 10 minutes ago, and I talked myself out of it. Huh? Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about. This seems too obvious. That's, like, jokes aside, that literally seems too obvious to me as a response. Because, like, it says it in the case log. It says Gatewater. Like, how could they have all missed this? Speaking to Gumshoe, you're right. That's a good point. I'm just saying. That one's, like... Jokes about, you know, universal machinations aside, like that genuinely seems too obvious. That's why I didn't do it. Okay, makes sense. It makes sense for sure. But I assume we needed like the next step of logic beyond that. Eh? That's a Gatewater seal set into the handle. Gatewater. I think I've heard that name somewhere before. The name of the hotel, like the Gatewater Hotel. Yeah, it's true. It's true. The flavor text is often relevant, but this one just felt blatant. Totally agree. Uh-oh. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. Yeah, that is very true. This is a very big... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. Which means the hotel killed him. So true. What? Oh, great arrival. I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. How so? I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this. Oh, that's brutal. But I didn't... Oh, Gumshoe. The question is... where did this knife come from? Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Corrider's room. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. Oh, a knife? There is a knife and fork on the table. Gumshoe needs a hug and a better job. Agreed. Then where in the world did this knife come from? I pointed this out yesterday. If it pleases the court, Mike tries to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt Ongard. From the hotel, silly. Especially what was on top of his table. There is something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife. We investigated other additions of fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Ongard's knife was missing. Ugh. Mr. Ongard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder. Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction. And so Phoenix Wright paints himself into a corner, and then corner begins to play. Seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning. Thank you, Hydra. That's a lot of points. Oh my god, that's a million points. One of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it. A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. Evidence not yet shown? He means evidence the court hasn't seen yet, in other words, new evidence. Well, what does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright? Well, Phoenix, The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here, gavel because we ran out to the sound of our defeats. Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court? Probably? Question mark? I think it's time, folks. I think it's time. Actually, I do. There's one. You got me thinking now, though, Shrew. Roguelike Ace Attorney game would slap very hard. It would be almost impossible to make, though, and make it make sense. There's one. One piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something this court has yet to see. Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I'm giving you one chance, and only one. What the judge is saying, right? Just don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here. It messes up its curtains for all of us. You may now present one, and only one, piece of evidence. Now then, what is this important evidence you must show to the court? I didn't save. Sick! Okay. So we have these two pieces, which implicate Andrews. So I see a couple angles here. The angles are, we actually put it on Andrews. We implicate Andrews. That's who it kind of seems like right now. Introduce the prospect, something else. 2, evidence being the wine glass. Because what the hell is going on with the wine glass? I think given what happened with the flower vases and everything being knocked over, this sets up for the framing angle. I think our two angles are he was framed by someone else we're not naming yet, and 2, we implicate Andrews. Given the evidence of On Guard, I think maybe we want to say it was somebody else first and then point to who it was. So given we've been talking about the murder scene, this is the biggest question mark in the murder scene. We talked about the guitar case already. You hate to see it. This is a wine glass, is it? Let's go! I thought the music cut out faster. Is it not? Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. Attorney's badge has a 1% chance, 0.1% chance to instantly win the case. Yes. And y'all give him so many channel points tonight, it'll just work out now. The scene's of a mess because of the victim struggle against his assailants. The vase was broken, his makeup's all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser. Well, yes, I see your points. However, this glass that's sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else was this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you all have to say? Well, yes, it is a little peculiar. Yes, isn't it? I thought it was. You can stop looking at those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth. What is it, Your Honor? Your opinion. You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass. What? Safe to say the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked she set the glass down without thinking. That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright. Could Miss Andrews have really set that glass down without thinking? There's no way. There's, like, actually no way. We can't say it's possible anyway, because that's bad for us. And she's also, like, insanely meticulous. If I appear weak here, the trial's over. I'll look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point of certainty. They might just fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Ms. Andrews who set the cup on the table. You've turned the situation on its head again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim? There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it. What? You're not thinking hard enough today, Wright. Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice? Then, of course it's been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints. Fingerprints? There were only one set of fingerprints left in this wine glass. Only one. Well, whose were they? They were not the victims, nor the defendants. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews. What? Okay. Alright. That's why I said the person who discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright? It can't be fell into another trap. Well, no, I know this is right though. This is good. This is what we wanted. Now we're saying we want to start moving the narrative such that Andrews is in the picture. Now she's in the picture, we can implicate her and then cause a mess in the trial. Ms. Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corridor. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense. How do you see right? You can't change any part of my scenarios. It explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard about this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I've come to discover. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness you would like the court to hear from. Another witness? Oh my god. Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Edgeworth thinking? Don't... Oh my god. Now then, witness, state your name and occupation. I have not pummeled Wright sufficiently yet. Did we say there was a break in the trial? Witness, your name and occupation, please. Get blasted. Heh. Gotcha. Oh, there isn't a break? Should we take a break? Is there sufficient time after this to do another episode? Because I'm like... If we have like another full chunk of this, that's gonna be a long episode, which is fine, YouTube folks, but if this is gonna be another like similarly long chunk, we should cut it now. I am There's a save point? Okay. Okay, gotcha. Is there? Okay. I'm gonna make the decision now to cut it. If it's an awkward break, so be it. I think we may be... My suspicion is this is gonna go on for a bit, and I'm tired. So, me as well, Edgeworth, me as well. If you're watching on YouTube, episode ends is about the proper length, 45 to an hour, and is what I've been enjoying for the episode lengths for these, and I think we're gonna be on an hour and a half-ish for this, probably, otherwise. So, thank you for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel down below and checking out the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/SL_TV. Sunday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully we'll see you a lot sometime soon. Playlist above from Ace Attorney. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Until next time, enjoy yourselves. Peace.